What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? That was a weak clap. Let's do it again. What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? We have today what I consider the nicest, the perfect EDC carry gun, assuming you are into those high-end guns. We have the Nighthawk TRS Commander. Beautiful, beautiful gun. It is a double stack. It is 1911 pattern. It is optics ready. It's 9mm, double stack, whatever I just said. It is a really, really nice gun. Let's get right into it. No nonsense for me. Normally it comes with two 17-round magazines, 2011 pattern, high quality metal, not cheap, but very, very nice, easy to load. They're great, reliable. Rhode Island sucks, so I have a few 10-round 2011 magazines here, which is sacrilegious. I hate that thought, but it is what it is. The magwell is exactly what I would want on a commander size 1911. Most people are going to carry this gun, so the outside of the magwell is not huge. It's extended a little on the front, no big deal for carry, but the sides are not extended at all. With that said though, the inside of the magazine well is beveled very, very aggressively. We did a ton of magazine reloads, magazine exchanges with this gun. I don't know, I was just doing reload after reload. They abused me, and the magwell on the inside is very generous to help with those magazine exchanges. The grips, the one thing I didn't mention in the last two Nighthawk reviews I've done is they now have aggressive texture grip. So if you like that really aggressive texture instead of this, that is an available option. If you don't know, when you buy a Nighthawk, there's a bunch of different things you can customize. The optics cut, the engraving, a whole bunch of stuff, the trigger. The grip now, if you want that aggressive grip, that is available. Normally, I do prefer that aggressive grip, but this gun shoots so nice. I really like this circle pad. I love the way it looks. I love the way it feels. The gun doesn't move or jump at all when you're shooting. It just shoots so flat and so nicely. You don't need that aggressive grip. And if you are going to conceal carry it, and you're like me and you carry appendix, having that smoother grip is a little nicer on your belly than that very, very aggressive grip. What is next? Grip safety. So it's fine. There's no problems. It's smooth. It works well. I never grabbed the gun and didn't engage the grip safety like I do with some really small guns. Like the Smith & Wesson Easy series was really small one. Something about that grip in my hands don't play well together. The grip is good. The beaver tail is good. No issues there. Magazine release is also good. Standard 1911, 2011-esque. Good spot, good shape, good size. Shoots the magazines out, like shoots the magazines out. If you're at the range, that's always nice to get on the gun a little faster for those magazine exchanges. Before we get into the trigger, I have two quick things. One, this is my buddy Kevin's gun. I need to thank him. He let me borrow it for the review. Like, what a good dude. Kindness, nice. Just thank you, Kevin. He also let me borrow the last Nighthawk I reviewed, the Sandhawk. That review's already out if you want to check it out. Second, sponsor of the video, I'll be quick, Blackout Coffee. They make the best coffee, tea, and hot chocolate. It's about 7 o'clock in the morning. Without this, words would not be coming out of my mouth. All jokes aside, it is delicious. There's a discount code down in the video description. If you want to try it, save yourself a few bucks, you will become addicted. All right, the trigger. Like everything else on this gun, the trigger is beautiful. It's about 3.5 pounds. It's very short, it's very crisp, it has a good reset. I think it's exactly what I would want for a nice carry gun. If I'm going to carry something like this, I would not want the trigger any lighter than what it currently is. It's an aluminum trigger, it's flat faced. Again, when you buy these guns, you can change the trigger a little bit and customize it, but this is exactly how I would get it. Blacked out, flat faced, 3.5 pounds. As always, what we're going to do is take a 10-second break so you can get up close and personal with this trigger. You can see it, smell it, feel it, embrace it. If you lick the screen, it's going to taste like Blackout Coffee because that's what I'm drinking. And I'll be back in 10 seconds. That is a damn good trigger. All right, the rail. The rail has a full-length dust cover, has a single cutout for an accessory rail, standard 1913. It fit all the lights I tried, Surefire, Streamlight, etc., and I think it looks really, really, I'm going to say masculine, tough. I love the way a full dust cover looks. Just my personal opinion, but I think it looks really good. Safety's fine, tactile, audible, good spot. textured is what I was trying to say there. I have no problems with it. Now, if you want an ambi safety, you can get it. It's a $120 upgrade, but that option is there if you want to get it. Slide release is pretty standard, 1911, 2011, nothing to write home about. You're not going to reach it with the thumb on your strong hand. If you're like me and you choose to use it as a slide release, you put that magazine in, use the thumb on your support hand, and not a big deal. It's extended enough, it's very easy to reach, no big deal. Now the slide is a steel slide. It has a black nitride finish. Typically they're very, very durable, no issues there. Serrations are good as well. It has front and rear serrations. If you don't like this style, you can get other styles, checkering, whatever they're called. But I like these, not only aesthetics and the way they work. They lean forward, they're deep enough into the slide, so however you choose to run the slide, very, very good. Sights, steel sights. This one has a set of Trigicon night sights on here, just dovetailed in there. If you don't like these sights, you can get others. Again, when you buy it, you have some options for different sights if you don't like these. Now, the one thing I want to spend a few minutes on is the iOS system. It's the optics cut system. It's $350 to get an optics cut, $150 for the plate that the optic rides in. And when I reviewed these in the past, I didn't give this system as much credit as it deserved. I didn't fully understand it. It's a lot nicer and a lot more well thought out, and I understand why it costs as much as it does now. So there's a little screw on the top, there's a pin on the side. You unscrew that, take the pin out, and this plate comes on and off. The one thing I really like is even if you take the plate off, the optic, if you keep the optic on the plate, it's still zeroed, which I thought was really, really cool. Inside there, it's like I'm gonna call it a dovetail. I don't know exactly what they call it. It's like a tapered dovetail. So you can take it on and off. You can put the factory rear sight back on, which is very clean. You could swap optics if you needed to for some reason. But the cool part, when you take the plate off, you don't lose zero on your optic. You can put it right back on. It goes right in the exact same spot, and you maintain zero. I suggest you verify that anyway, but you do not lose zero. I thought that was pretty cool. So if you wanted to swap optics for some reason, or I don't know a practical use for it, but I thought that was pretty cool. All right, we can actually take this bad boy apart today because I remembered to ask my buddy Kevin for the little takedown tool. I'm told the paperclip works, but I was too afraid to use it in this paperclip in the Sandhawk video, so I didn't. So it's very standard, like a 2011, 1911, or more of a 2011 takedown. One thing different. Inside the guide rod, you see a little hole, and it comes with this little, it looks kind of like a half paper clip. You put that in the guide rod, and then the slide moves forward. Same as any 2011. Behind the cutout for the slide release is a little takedown lever. So you just line that up so you can push the takedown lever out. I have a little punch here. There we go. We pull the pull the slide release out. It's really early and I've only had one coffee and I'm tired. Cool thing about the guide rod and the spring here, it's all contained in one piece, and I can't get it out. Here we go. It's all contained in one piece, so you don't have springs flying or any issues. It's self-contained. That makes taking apart the gun very, very easy. The barrel is very nice. We'll slide the bushing down, slide the barrel out the front. The barrel is 4 1/4 inches. It is a stainless steel. The fit and lockup is great, exactly what you would expect on a high-end gun. You can get some fluting on there if you want. The rifling is extremely nice. The feed ramp is normally very polished, but I shot this gun a lot and it got very, very dirty. The last thing I want to point out is on this bull barrel, it has a very, very aggressive crown and it bows way, way out. And that's what I mean by the lockup. The lockup is very, very tight. And if you don't know, when you have a very, very tight fitting lockup and tight fitting gun, typically those are going to help with your accuracy. So slide the barrel back in, slide the guide rod back in, and slide it back on the gun here. We will line up that takedown lever, that same notch in the slide. Put the slide release back in. Now why I can finish doing this stuff, I want you to take a look at the dimensions of the gun, the weight of the gun, the price of the gun. It starts at $4,400, but again, all those different upgrades and things I told you about, if you choose to get any of those, obviously it's going to get more expensive. The other thing, get in there. The other thing I want to point out is the dimensions. Now, I'm not crazy. I want to compare it to a Glock 17 and a Glock 19. Not comparing a Nighthawk to a Glock. I am not crazy. But most people know the size of Glocks. Not everyone knows the size of a 1911. So it's a little longer than a 17. I'm sorry, it's a little longer than a 19, a little shorter than a 17. It's kind of right in between. So I think that will help you understand the size of this gun. All right, testing. I'll try to be quick. I shot this gun a lot, way over the 500 round minimum I try to put on all guns. Not even close. The first time I took it to the range, and I am not exaggerating one bit, I swear on my kids, it was 0 degrees when I got to the range. It was windy, it was freezing, the wind chill was 22 below. Look at me, 22 below, I'm not kidding. I literally shot 2 magazines, went back in my van to warm up, loaded the mags, shot 2 magazines, went back in the van. I was way behind on videos at that moment, and that was the only day I could get to the range, so it was there or nothing. The reason I bring it up though is extreme cold affects a lot of guns and optics and lights, and none of the guns I brought to the range that day had any issues. I probably put 100, 200 rounds that particular day through this gun, different drills, good to go. Next time we went to the range, it was much warmer. It was like 40, 50 degrees in that area. And I've done a whole bunch of different drills. We did a lot of running and gunning, a lot of drawing from outside the waistband, a lot of drawing from inside the waistband, because I do think a lot of people are going to carry this gun, and all different types of drills. We shot paper, we shot steel, transitions, a ton of magazine releases. Again, I'm not going to bore you with all the testing. We put over 500 rounds easily through this gun. It's one of those things, once you start shooting, you don't want to put down. I let quite a few of my friends shoot it as well. I let at least 5 of my friends shoot it, and most of them had the same consensus. It's a beautiful gun. It shoots really, really nice, but most of us are a little cheap. Most of us grew up a little poor, so we were like, I would be afraid to carry a $5,000 gun, especially if I used it for self-defense and the police took it, I would be crushed. That's a really, really expensive gun. Alrighty, pros, cons, what I think of it overall, and then you can go. The biggest pro for me is going to be the quality of the gun. Obviously, it's a high-end expensive gun, and the price is justified by the quality. I don't think I gave the one gunsmith model that they have enough credit. They take these parts off the machine, they hand them to a gunsmith, and then inside this really, really nice box that came with it, there's a sheet from that gunsmith and the QC person of everything they did, everything they checked. Their name is in there, so you know who built it. And that one gunsmith is in charge of making sure this thing is absolutely perfect. A lot of the gun is hand fit, like the firing pin stop, tuned and polished extractor, hand polished ignition components. The edges are all beveled by hand. You get the point. I'm not going to name everything, but there's a lot of hand fitting. And as you rack the slide, you feel all of that quality and hard work that goes into it. It's just a very, very smooth gun, and that translates to a very smooth shooting gun. Everyone who shot this is like, this thing shoots way nicer than a gun this size. It feels like it's a full-size comped gun. That is how nice this gun shoots. Love the trigger, love the aesthetics. Serrations are cool, sights are cool, barrel's beautiful. I really like the optic system now that I fully understand the thought and the quality that went behind it. The optic system is cool. It's just a beautiful gun. That's all I can say. Cons, I have 0 cons of this gun. It's great, it's beautiful. It was exactly, I know it's expensive, it's not for everyone, but if you have the funds and you want a high-end gun for carry, this so far, as of right now, this day, this would be my choice. Again, I'm cheap, I grew up poor, I'd be afraid to carry this thing every day, but it's a beautiful gun. If it was mine, and I had the disposable income, yes, I would absolutely carry this every day. I'd get a nice holder, appendix carry this thing. Only if Rhode Island didn't have magazine capacity ban. I can only carry 10 rounds. Anyway, it's a beautiful gun. If you get it, I do not think you will be, excuse me. The other thing I want to mention on a gun this size, it is small enough to EDC, and I mentioned carry this gun a lot, but it's also big enough to do other things with. This can be your one and only jack of all trade type guns. It's definitely big enough for home defense, has plenty of capacity for that. You can bring it to the range and tear it up at the range. Hell, you could do a basic competition with it. You're probably not going to be Grandmaster, National Champion, whatever, but it could be the one gun that you use for everything because it is that nice. It's good capacity, good size, and you get the point. Anyway, I'll try to put some affiliate links down in the video description. I don't know who sells this bad boy, but I will try. If you want to get one, check the links. Maybe I can find one in stock, which is not easy. The wait time on these is pretty long. But who knows? I want to thank my buddy Kevin. He loaned me this gun again, another Nighthawk. He has great taste, and I am envious of him. I want to thank Blackout Coffee, the sponsor of the video. Their coffee, tea, and hot chocolate is delicious. If you try it, you will get addicted. There is a discount code below. Swag, you want to support the channel, this is the best way to do so. We have shirts, patches, long sleeve, short sleeve, whatever you want. You'll look cool if you get a Tiberious shirt or a patch. I'm on Facebook and Instagram. If you want to know what I'm reviewing right now in real time before you see the review on YouTube, like I've been posting about this gun for weeks, tons of content because I am in love. If you want to know, the links are down below. Click it, subscribe, follow, whatever. I appreciate it. That would be cool. Most important, thank you guys for putting up with my nonsense. If you think I deserve it, like, comment, subscribe, enable the bell notifications. Those things are free. They help me out. I appreciate it. And I'll see you guys next time. Peace!